I've experienced has nothing to do with selling any illegal stuff, because I didn't even got the chance to do it. What I saw was so bad that I can now only briefly talk about it without having a complete panic attack. So this video is a warning for everyone who is a bit curious and wants to know more than what regular life has to offer us. This is a story about how dark web changed my life last summer. Well, I was just curious, I could say, but never would I have expected that my life would turn out to be this bad at the end. Because what I have witnessed is not something that anyone would like to see, but the curiosity always gets the best of us. So let's try to understand what this is all about and why everybody is warning us to not go and visit the dark web. This video starts last summer, around May. When I was talking to a friend, he was telling me about a business deal that he had gotten with someone, and all he needed to do is basically download this app and then talk to someone, and then after handling a few things digitally, then he would receive his money. And well, it wasn't really a good friend of mine. It was someone I will talk to them once in a while, maybe 4 or 5 times each year. So I couldn't get in touch with him anymore, and I didn't think it was necessary. So as I was starting to think about this thing he was saying, that I was thinking that, you know what, I can make fast money too. Then I started to do my research. Well, I found out that you can sell all these things on the dark web. Well, okay, it was illegal, but you could sell it and you can buy it very easily. So I thought, you know what, I can just, you know, look around and see if, well, if maybe I can do that too. But, well, what I've experienced has nothing to do with selling any illegal stuff, because I didn't even got the chance to do it. What I saw was so bad that I can now only briefly talk about it without having a complete panic attack. So, to continue, well, and then all these articles came to me, you know, of how to set up this dark web research thing that I was trying to do. Because I knew that if you didn't have the right equipment, well, you could get into trouble. I didn't want that. I was just curious. All these thoughts came into my mind. What is this dark web all about anyway? Why are they so, you know, some people really adore it, and other ones are just only giving warnings. So I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. So I started to do my research on how to install what software I needed, if I needed a different computer. Well, as my journey continued, I was thinking, I need money to do it, but okay, fortunate enough, my father was very wealthy, and I could sneak in a few dollars each time I asked for something. Well, after a few months, I got enough money to buy everything I needed to set up this dark web research center, as I called it, because it was just for research. I was thinking, you know what, I'm not afraid for nothing. I am not just somebody who is, you know, scared that easily. It's all fake anyway, is what I was thinking. Oh my god, if I only knew now what I didn't know then. Oh my god. So let's continue on. I set it up. I bought everything in secret, of course, because I was around 18 at that time. So, you know, I had a bit responsibility to talk to my parents what I was doing, because it all happened in their home. And then the day came that everything was set up and I could go and do the thing that everybody feared to do. But then I did it. What happened to me was so bad. What I saw was so evil. Many will not believe it, but it is the truth. It turns out that the dark web is filled with images, videos, merchandise of any type you can imagine, which you cannot find it anywhere, and there is a reason for it. There is like the most cruel stuff on there concerning people, animals, and all of it. If you see that once, your whole life will change. That's what happened to me. I was just curious. Well, the first day nothing happened. The first day I was just scrolling around, not clicking on anything. None of that stuff. Well, I was so young and I didn't see any danger in anything. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't care. And you don't scare me that easily. Then I saw it was like a chat group. Yeah, I came across this site where you can just talk to people. It hadn't really have any subject or anything. Just a random chat site. That's what it seemed. So I thought, you know what? I can just go on and log in and create a profile and start talking about, maybe I find the same people who are just curious, and we can just all laugh together about what a crazy thing we are experiencing, right? So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and create an account. So I did it. I did not use my real name, so please don't think I'm that crazy. So my alias was G Singer 101. Thought that was kind of cool. So okay, I typed in my age, 25. Of course I'm not 25, but well, we all lie once in a while, don't we? So G Singer 101, 25 years old. And okay, that was that. So I was like done with that. And then I just turned off my computer, went to bed. I still can't believe that I ever done that. Why did I do it? I don't know. Why did I need to sneak in money to buy this equipment anyway? Because it got me in trouble. Right, so I was like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I got something to do when I'm off from work and school. I can get my mind off of my trouble. Little did I know, it got me more trouble, but okay. So then the next day I switched on my computer right before I needed to go to work. And I saw I got a new message. I was like, okay, why? It's just the first day I created this account. How could I already get a message? I didn't even talk to anyone. Then the message said, "Hello stranger, you don't know me, but I know you. I'd like to welcome you to this group. Since you have joined, you must now comply with the rules. Rule number 1, you cannot leave. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. Rule number 3, you must comply with everything we say." That's the message. So I was like, what? Oh, I cannot leave. What do you mean? He doesn't even know me. I was like, I got this equipment. He doesn't know me. He's trying to scare me. Probably one of those scam sites, right? I was like, okay, well, whatever. Didn't reply anything. I actually wanted to forget about all of this website. I just wanted to look around, just have something to do with my spare time. Turns out that this website was a bit more notorious than my imagination could have ever ever imagined it to be, but I didn't know back then. If I knew, it would be best for me to just throw away my equipment and go to the police. But what are you going to say, right? Are you going to say, well, I was strolling on the dark web and this is what I found? You see, you're already flagged for the fact that you are on the dark web, so there is no police you can go to. I was in my, immature brain thinking that nothing can harm me. Alright, so then a few hours later, I was in my work and I still thought about this experience. What was he talking about? I cannot leave. You must do as we say. Wow. So I came back home and first thing I do is switch on my computer. And then there is another message. The message read, I see you did not reply to my previous message. You get only one chance to reply and to say, okay, I will do exactly as you say and I will not leave. That was the message from an unknown person. I was like, well, I'm not gonna reply to anything. Then the first thing I knew was the doorbell ring. What? Well, I ran to the door, opened the door and said, well, you got a letter. The letter said, it is addressed to you. There is no stamp on it, no return address, nothing. So I opened this letter. Oh, it was from my grandmother. Oh my god. I was like so scared because I thought I was getting really anxious about it. Not in a state of panic or anything, but just anxious because it was such a weird experience. It was a letter from my grandma asking if I wanted to come over or something of that nature. I don't even remember, it's so long ago. Maybe it was for my birthday, I don't remember. Okay, so I got a bit back to my natural state, a bit calm and everything. Went back upstairs and I saw the clock ticking, 29, 28, 27. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to reply because it's a bit weird what's going on and I'm on the dark web anyway. So I said, what is this all about? And then he replied, if you want to talk to me, you first have to agree to the rules. I said, okay, I agree, but what is this all about? I didn't take this serious at all. He said, well, now you agree. Your first day is to visit this website and leave your address, your name, and your personal information. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do that at all. Then he said, well, if you don't want to do that, then you are going to start sending us images. What? Images of what? Well, very simple. You are now on a list that you don't want to be on. We got your information. Your computer got hacked. And we are going to do with this information exactly what we want, which is to blackmail you and to make sure that you will go to prison for the rest of your life. Because that's how blackmailing works. We can connect your name to a crime that happened very recently and to a lot of child exploitation. If you don't want to have that happen, you can now comply with our rules, because that's what you said. Okay, now I got really scared. Now I was really scared. I was like, what the hell is going on? First thing I knew, my mirror, my screen on my computer completely blacked. And everything faded. The conversation, the web, everything. And then I saw on my screen appear this following word: warning. We got your information. Your computer is hacked. You will now do as we say. That was all in red lettering on my computer, which I thought that I had completely secured with every little thing that the internet was saying. Before you can visit the dark web, you need to do this, and the other thing. Now I was really scared. Like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Can I even go back now? No, nobody told me this. So I figured they were serious, and I said to myself, okay, you know what? I'm going to the police. I'm not going to take this any longer, and I will tell them everything. Then the next screen appeared. It was like destiny or something. I don't even know if I believe in that after what I witnessed, but alright. And the screen said, don't think about going to the police. And what I saw next really frightened me so much that it even gets me chills right now. It said, here's why. And then I saw a picture of myself outside, walking to my work. What on earth is going on? Like, what the hell? How is this even possible? And then everything faded away from my screen, and then I was back to my usual, you know, default settings. So I was in the conversation back with this person. He said, well, is this clear now for you? Today you will start with your first assignment. And then he showed me the most frightening pictures ever. It was a picture of a woman sitting inside a room which was completely dark, and there was a man standing next to her, and all I saw was red. I'm not going to go into much more detail. I think it's enough for everyone to go ahead and use their imagination what it is I was witnessing. I was so frightened. And then there were several of those images also involving children, which I do not want to see in my life at all, ever. Because when you see that once, this thing, which is the whole reason why the dark web was created in the first place, but I was so ignorant and so immature that I thought that nothing would happen, right? I can just go on and do what I want, but now I got involved in like what was looking like an organization which is doing very shady stuff. But of course you must realize that all these images and videos needs to come from somewhere. Now these people were trying to, again, it gives me chills down my spine. They were trying to involve me in their imperium of creating and distributing images that could not see the light of day. It started very small. The small assignments I would get would be like to go around on the road, you know, and then if I would find roadkill, I would take it with me and start taking images of that, which were of course very easy images to take. So but you got to understand that they were blackmailing me so badly that I could not sleep at night. It was really bad, and this spanned over a period of, I don't know, like it must have been 3 months or something. Well, this is a warning for everyone who thinks that you can just go ahead and stroll around the dark web just to feed your curiosity. You may not come out alive. Because you see, the way I'm talking to you is a very frightening way. Maybe you don't see it like that, but it really is the case, because I got sleepless nights of the things I saw. It will never ever leave my mind. When I hear these screams, and oh my god, it is really bad. There was this one image that you could just see the faces. They were so frightened of what was going on. And the only thing I can think was, if I was there to help you, I would. But of course I was stuck in this cycle. It's like a mind game that they're playing, you know? They want to control your mind, own you, create their own little slave for the organization. Well, that is exactly what happened to me. I became that little puppet, and everything they asked I did. Well, the other time, it was about the roadkill again. They wanted to groom me into doing much worse things than your mind can even imagine. Well, of course they got to make you fearless of blood, right? So what they do, send me a message saying, you are going to get down the road, take this with you, and use a sharp object to do this, that, and the other thing, which I'm not going to say. I don't want to say it. It is so bad. It is all traumatizing all over again. But you know what the funny part is? This mind control was so deep. It spanned over a period of several months, right? I just did it. I did exactly what they said. Well, you think that's all, right? Oh. And they continued with the threats. I got phone calls from people not saying anything, a secret number, and all I heard was shoo, shoo, shoo. So, very, very, very frightening indeed. It really broke my trust in people also. So then the other day came, and I had to log in every day at a certain time, at around 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. I had to be there, or else repercussions will follow. That's what they said. So I thought, okay, I will just be there, because I was so scared, because they were threatening me all the time. I will take your mother and your brother, everything like that. I will go to the police and you will be locked up in jail for the rest of your life. And then they showed me images of all of those scenes, that was really, really messed up in the first place. How did they got those images in the first place, right? But this is me. The first time on the dark web, I just wanted to register into something which looked like the regular chat site. Turned out to be, it was a grooming operation for new volunteers, or puppets, maybe even a better explanation, for the most gruesome thing imaginable. There is so much money involved in this. They ask for certain videos for thousands of dollars for a single video. Someone has to make these videos and these images. Well, I was so completely involved in this operation that I was starting to produce, rookie kind of images and videos for them, involving mostly animals and all of that. And then the other day came is that they said, well, I think that you're aware that it's going very well, and we need to level up a bit. You are going to get assignments which are a bit more difficult and challenging, but since you know that we are serious and we are not an operation to be messed with, we are certain that you will do what we say. This is not something you can get out of, so get used to it. It will be your life from now on. Or your life will be in jail. You can choose. This is what blackmailing is all about, by the way. Just an input from me. So again, please don't visit the dark web. My story is bad enough. Okay, so he said that, do you have friends? I said, well, yeah, I got friends. Got a bunch of them. No? Why is that? Well, he said you're going to sneak in a camera while they are undressing in whatever situation. I don't care. It's up to you. You got the freedom, but you have an assignment to deliver this video footage of me. The first would be of a boy, and the second would be of a girl, and the third would be of them together. You just gotta do it. You got 24 hours, and I will see you at 7 in the morning next day. What on... That was it. Like, I couldn't even got the chance to say anything, because you see in the above, you know, like if he's offline or online. So it immediately went offline. That's how this grooming works. They got you in their grip. They know that you will do as they say. And it goes in steps. You start very slowly, and before you know it, you will do things you have never imagined you have done, and then you have incriminated yourself. And, well, of course, they will take steps necessary to get you in very much trouble. I was thinking, okay, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? Because first of all, I don't want my parents to know, even though I'm 18. That's okay, you know. I'm an adult, as they would say, but still, I lived with my parents. I was not comfortable telling them that I lied to them what I was doing. So I thought, okay, I will just do it. So I phoned this friend and asked, you know, if I could come to his soccer practice. Okay, well, it came to the conclusion that I got the video that he wanted. I got this secret thing that I was doing with my phone, keeping it between my, my shirt and everything. So that was done. Girl was the same thing. I said, you know what, I can just go on and sneak into a fitness center where I was exercising and, do some sneaky stuff like that. So I delivered these videos the next day at 7. He said, well done. Very well done. We like that a lot. Well, it seems that your assignment is finished. And you have the day off for yourself. That was really weird. No threats. Nothing, just have a day off. What was going on? Well, I figured that's done. I am free to go. Then the next day, 7 o'clock in the morning, I came online again. And then they said, today, my friend, you are up for an adventure. You are going to deliver to us at a certain time a video of a child playing on the playground. And I knew right then and there, it was like a moment of clarity for me. Because I got kind of figured out what they were doing with the grooming, since my father is a detective. I figured out that they were grooming me to do the you-know-what with the you-know-who. That was the thing that I said, I will not cross that line ever in my life. And I now needed to make a plan to get out of this situation. It was the day of clarity for me, because I could not go on. Because I knew where my destiny would be. It all started from my curiosity. So I then started to think of a plan on what I should do. I thought, you know what, I have not incriminated myself very much at this point. I haven't done anything that is going to get me a substantial amount of time in prison or anything, so I was trying to weigh my options. If I would stay, that would be my death sentence, for sure. If I would go to the police, I mean, my father was a ex-detective. He's not really doing that job anymore. He's a bit old now, so. Or I would go to the police and tell them everything. So as I was thinking about it, it became very clear to me what I had to do. And I promised to myself, if this is all over, I will never, ever, ever visit the dark web again in my life. It is not the place to be. So then I went to the police first. I did not went to my parents. I went to the police. And then I told them everything, what happened. A very friendly guy walked up to me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "Well, I needed to talk to you about something very, very, very important and very frightening." So he led me into a room, and then I explained what was happening, how I started, what I did, how I came into contact with these people. And they were so shocked. They have never, ever heard of something like that. I mean, the way it went, that they were grooming, and how they were creating these slaves for the organization. Because it turned out it was an organization. Well, what happened then is he said, "You now need to become a mole for us, and we will try to catch these people with your help." I said, "I don't know if I can do it." He said, "You must, or we will give you time in jail for the fact that you still did some stuff with spying on people and doing some stuff with animals, which is not really the thing that you should do, if you know what I mean." Alright, I said, "Okay, I will comply, I will help." And then they gave me instructions, what I should do, what I should say. Well, it turned out that I needed to come to this place with this new video of theirs, so I needed to find. I was going to meet someone, is what it was all about. That was the most scary thing in my life I have ever experienced. But alright, I went to the park, and there was a man. And then I got whispered in my ear through all these devices they gave me, so they could listen in and tell me what to say. So I needed to basically lure him into a trap, and then he would be caught by the police, and they will further their investigation. Well, it turned out everything went well from my part. I did everything they told me. They caught the guy who was supposed to get these videos from me, and I didn't hear anything of that since, because of course there is something called secrecy. But what the officer told me, "You're done now, we will leave you alone, but if we ever caught you again in any type of incriminating situation, know that we will reopen your case, and we will go through every single thing that you have said and done to these people, which might get you life in prison anyway. So keep yourself out of trouble, and everything should be okay for you." And that's the last thing I heard of the officer concerning this organization. I came home. Of course, I needed to throw away my equipment, delete everything that was linked in any way with these people, and then never to think about it again. This is now a few years later, and I must say it still haunts me to this day. Everywhere I am, I think I will meet them, and they will then go ahead and talk to me. Why didn't I finish my assignment? Why didn't I bring them the video? And then, they will do whatever they want with me. Which is, of course, a world that is not at all fun, if I might say. I didn't have a good time. I am scared of my life. And this is a warning again for everyone who thinks that I can just go on and stroll around the dark web to become a cool guy. Well, don't do it. Nothing is worth your life, your time on this earth. There is no experience that will benefit you in any way. There is nothing you can unsee once you have seen it. And here ends my warning, which I now have to live with for the rest of my life, hoping to never meet them again. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and a comment, and I will see you the next time.